Iran's foreign minister said that Tehran will stop its attacks if Israel stops its airstrikes by 4 a.m. local time. The comment by Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi marked the first official remarks by Iran to President Donald Trump's claimed ceasefire between Iran and Israel. Araghchi sent his message on the social platform X at 4:16 a.m. Tehran time. He said, and I quote, "As of now, there is no agreement on any ceasefire or cessation of military operations." He wrote, however, provided that the Israeli regime stops its illegal aggression against the Iranian people no later than 4 a.m. Tehran time, we have no intention to continue our response afterwards. Araghchi added, the final decision on the cessation of our military operations will be made later. Iran's foreign minister here now saying that Tehran will stop attacks if Israel stops its airstrikes by 4 a.m. Do remember that it was Donald Trump who just a while back announced that a complete and total ceasefire between Israel and Iran will go into force with a view to ending the conflict between the two nations. The comment by Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi marked the first official comment by Iran to the president's, in fact, to the United States president's claim that a ceasefire has been brokered between Iran and Israel. And there, in fact, a very crucial statement there coming in from Tehran. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi now saying that there is no formal ceasefire agreement yet with Israel, but in fact, in a significant move, in what can be called a significant move, Iran has put forth a conditional offer saying that if Israel halts its airstrikes by 4 a.m., Tehran will also stop its retaliatory attacks. There, in fact, an important statement there coming in. In fact, I'm also joined by my colleague Varghese Abraham over the phone line. Varghese, a very good morning to you. Big development at this hour. You know, Iran's foreign minister, they're breaking his silence and responding to President Trump's claim of a ceasefire deal. But in fact, let's listen carefully to what Abbas Araghchi is saying. He says that there is no agreement yet. What exactly are we looking at here?
A complicated situation that we are looking at. In fact, there is a lot of confusion with regard to what has been announced as whether there's a ceasefire or not. And interestingly enough, he's also mentioned that when he made this tweet around 4:16 at Tehran local time, he's made this interesting assessment saying that the Iranian forces have in fact responded to the Israeli aggression till the last minute of 4 a.m. So which means there seems to be something beyond the 4 a.m. deadline that they are also trying to adhere to. But interestingly enough, this 12-hour ceasefire that is supposed to come into effect, what Trump says is that it could be the end of the war. But it doesn't seem to be something that the Iranians have in fact pulled out through. They have in fact said that it's the Israelis who started the aggression and not the other way around. So they said that they will in fact have not agreed to any ceasefire as of now, and that decision on a ceasefire will be taken much later. But interestingly enough, in the same tweet, he has in fact gone ahead and said that after 4 a.m., they are not going to, if the Israelis do stop the aggression against the Iranian people, then they will not in fact respond to it after 4 a.m. So what is this deadline of 4 a.m. is also interesting enough that we are looking at. And another aspect of it, Neha, is that when we were looking at this sudden ceasefire announcement, even Trump's Truth Social post is also quite not clear as to what happens beyond the 12-hour ceasefire that has been announced. And that is something that has also something that led to a lot of speculation when it comes to the ceasefire in all. What we know is that there seems to be some kind of talks that have happened through back-channel diplomacy, through Qatar, and there is some kind of fluid agreement that they've come to. But what exactly are the counters of that agreement, we do not know. And whether that agreement has been adhered to in full or only partial, that also is something that has not been made clear as of now. As we know that last night there were already attacks on the U.S. bases, and Trump has made it clear that he does not plan to in fact respond to it. But Probably the reason why is that the talks were in fact happening on the mediation of Qatar with Iran, and therefore we were in fact looking at a situation where there was no immediate response from the American side. But
Right,
here,
right, Verghese, you know what he's offering instead is a conditional pause. Iran says that it will stop its attack if Israel halts its airstrikes by 4 a.m. Tehran time. Like you rightly said, that's, less than a few hours away. He's also making it clear that the final decision will be taken later. So while this might sound like a window for de-escalation, it's still very much a wait-and-watch situation.
It is, in fact, something that has a possibility of escalation as well. Therefore, that is why what are the counters of this agreement is what everybody is, in fact, trying to look at. It will, one of the things that Iran has categorically said that Iran says it will stop attacks if Israel does, is what it has categorically, in fact, said. Meanwhile, the foreign minister also said, as I said earlier also, that Iran's military actions had continued until the last minute. So that is to say 4 a.m. and till 4 a.m. And this was, in fact, being put out on a social media or on platform X when he said that he made this this talk about this 4 a.m. He, in fact, put out that tweet by 4:16. So clearly there seems to be something that is holding, but not exactly what are the counters of it now.